Just a little video today showing you my daily stretching routine, which I do whether I've trained or not. So I always start off with the seated one leg forward hamstring and lower back stretch. As you can see, with my other hand, I'm pressing down on my leg to keep it from rising up off the floor, because that reduces the stretch in the hamstring and the lower back. Also, I'm not bringing my toes back, I'm pushing them forward. So I do this one 3 times for 20 to 30 seconds per leg. I then follow it with the groin stretch and inner thigh. This is a great one. Again, push down with your elbows on your inner thigh and just keep yourself as upright as possible. And again, hold it for about 30 seconds. But this I only do 1 time. I then follow it with a lower back and hip stretch. As you can see, I just pointed my head to the other side. So the side at which you're pulling the knee down, you look the opposite way. And you need to keep your opposite shoulder down, which I just pointed there, to the floor as much as possible. So you keep your weight down on the opposite side. If you allow your shoulder and arm to raise off the floor, you will lose tension again and pulling in the back from what you want. So keep that knee down. As you can see, I'm putting down and keeping my shoulder down on the other side. Follow that up with an ab and lower back stretch. So I like to do this one 3 times. Here I'm pressing back to compress the lower back and spine, and then I'll roll forward into the ab stretch. So you want to drop your abs and hips to the floor as low as you can and just hold that. I do also twist myself side to side to get a little bit of pull on the lower back from the left and right, not just centrally. And again, for this one, I hold for 30 seconds 3 times. Don't push it too hard. If you can't go that low, don't force it because you might hurt your lower back. So just ease into it very slowly. Then after that, I do the standing oblique stretch as the side of the abs. So it's a nice one. Just do it 1 time. And I do it for 30 seconds per side. Just the once, like I said. And again, trying to get my arm to travel down my leg as far as it can go and gradually pull from the other side. It's a really good one, and I recommend you do it daily as well. Make sure that you don't go lower on one side. Try and keep the stretch as even as possible, just like you do when you train in the gym with the balance between both sides. Stick to that. I then do your conventional calf stretch. So just find a wall or something solid to lean up against. Have both feet flat, and as you can see, I've got split leg stance. Hold that. I like to do it for 1 minute per side, but 30 seconds is more than enough just 1 time. Then I do the standing hamstring and lower back stretch. This is, again, very important to do. I find it very, very beneficial. There have been times when my back's been so bad that I've not been able to do it. So again, work with what you've got at the time. I hold this one 3 times for 30 seconds. You're welcome to do it just the once. It depends how you feel, how tired you are, but for me, 3 times works best. Then I do an upper back stretch. So I've got my hands together, arms pointing straight out. You can see the lat, the upper back there is being contracted. I hold that just purely for an upper back stretch. Usually 1 round is more than enough at 30 seconds. To finish up, we've got the neck stretch. So I start with pulling on one side for 30 seconds and then repeat on the other. Then I look up to the ceiling. That's going to stretch underneath the neck, as you see me stroking the neck there. And lastly, I'll follow that with looking down to get the back of the neck. And obviously when you do that one, you need to pull down from the back of the head, which you'll see come up shortly after this. So here it is here. Again, looking up and looking down, just like for the side, 30 seconds per side. But don't pull it too hard and don't overstretch it, because the neck is sensitive and doesn't like it if you're a bit too forced with it. So just bear that in mind. One other thing to note, I missed one out for the lying down hip and back stretch. Do it just once for about 20 to 30 seconds per side and gradually build up to either more sets or holding it for longer at approximately 1 minute. This whole stretching routine should take you no more than 10 minutes. Have a minute's rest in between each one. And again, do more or less based on how you feel. I do this one typically in front of the TV in the evening when relaxing, or sometimes in the morning to get me going, separate to mobility work. But even if you just do some of these exercises, it'll be very helpful to work into a daily routine. So give them a try and have fun.